The lack of representation for Asians in Hollywood leaves little room for quality representation. This short documentary highlights the problems that still plagues many media outlets in America today. It should be just as easy today in the year 2022 to name a white actor as it is to name any actor of any race. But I believe that the dark truth of this is that it is not the case. A recent study by Christina Chong focused on 2,394 actors and actresses in the early 2010s in some of the most popular movies. The research found that a shocking 5% of the actors were Asian. According to the U.S. Census, the Asian population in America around the time of the survey was around 14 to 16 million. The entertainment industry is still so oversaturated with white people in front of and behind the camera. With the population of other races, including Asians in America, constantly increasing, why could the numbers still be so low in Hollywood? This is not about a lack of population, it's Hollywood's lack of care for inclusion. They would rather include tokenism. In a collaboration with USC Annenberg, another assessment of the highest grossing films in the 2010s took 51,000 speaking parts. With nearly 20 times the number of parts assessed, surely the percentage of Asians should be higher than 5%, right? Actually, it is higher. Want to know how much higher? 0.9%. Not even 1% higher. The assessment was over the course of 13 years, all the way up to 2019. But the 2010s were a time for improvement in many facets, so 2019 should show the most positive numbers, right? You should probably see where I'm going with this. 30% of the API roles, or Asian Pacific Islander roles, in 2019 were done through tokenism, with these roles being the only API representation or being never interacting with another API individual on screen. Across 200 of the highest grossing films in 2018 and 2019, 74.7% minor API roles spoke 5 lines or less of dialogue. I mean, what are we doing? How are we not learning? There isn't much of a difference behind the scenes either, as the trend of white-led films extends to the production of many Hollywood movies. Even a movie like the live-action adaptation of Mulan had its director, 4 screenwriters, costume designer, cinematographer, editor, and casting director all be white. Another example of this, while it might not be a Hollywood production, is the Canadian TV show Kim's Convenience, whose main leads have come out about their mistreatment by much of the majority of the white crew. For productions that have come out so recently, we should hope that trends like these are starting to die. Are they? While our distant and recent past may not be too bright, there are more and more people advocating harder for the things they believe in, and the future for Asians in American productions could start to brighten. There are more big-budget productions with Asian leads, co-leads, directors, and writers coming out every year. I am hopeful, as an Asian American who has dreams of being in the industry, that Asians will continue to find their place in America.